Okay, well, I hope you can hear me. I had some technical problems there trying to get the software to work. So first of all, before we get started, um, it's that time of year where we've got idiots setting off fireworks. The whole neighbourhood has decided that they're going to have a fireworks show, and I
Okay,
have a
well, I hope you
dog.
can hear me. I had some technical problems there trying to get the
Still having
software to
technical
work.
problems. Yes, so like I'm just saying, I have a dog who doesn't like fireworks. So if she starts barking, if it starts getting out of control here, I am going to have to leave the stream, or I'll just silence the volume until I sort her out. So anyway, hopefully you can hear me okay. Um, let's get on with it. Right. Let's open up the program to begin with. Let's make sure we've got the right one. And we're just going to have a little bit of a summary of where we are with this, because it's been a while since we last did episode 2 due to ill health, and that I haven't been able to get on with it much. So I'm going to be a little bit green with this, to be fair, because I can't remember the program much. So this is completely and utterly loud and live. Make my sound nice and loud tonight. Okay, let's have a quick read in the comments. Right, let's get rid of all these advertisements flashing up. Right, can you hear me okay before we start? Yeah, wrong link. Yeah, apologies for that. I was trying to start the stream up, and for some reason it was creating a brand new stream. So now we are on the one that I actually organised for tonight. So hopefully you can hear me. Please let me know in the chat room if you can hear me. I realise there is a 15-second delay or something like that. Yes, we can hear you. Thank you, Frank. So quick shout out to everyone here. We've got Let Discuss It Lover. I think that's what you're called. Ronald, Will E. Coyote, Manti. God, why have you guys got such weird names? Manti, Franco. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Drake here. Yeah. Anyway, okay, we got 13 people watching. We're going to have to summarize ourselves with what the program is. Let's just run that again. So this is what we've done so far. We've got our little man jumping around and we're collecting coins, and we've got some ladders to climb as well. And that's as far as we got, I believe. And if we fell too far down the screen, we lose a life. So looking at the screen so far, we haven't got a life system in place. So that's something we need to look at. And also, what I'd like to do tonight is where the little blue man is moving at the moment, I want to put a nasty there. I want something, an obstacle, you know, maybe a baddie moving like it is, like my little blue character there is at the moment, moving back and forth. And maybe we'll put one over here as well, perhaps. So that is my plan tonight. It's just to get 2 nasties there, and we'll see where we're at. So let's have a look at the program. Let's put it in paper 7 first. I always like to do that. Makes it a little bit easier for you guys to see it as well. And let's try and familiarize ourselves of where we were in the program. As you can see, we've got a mixture of screen, string, and ATTR there. We've got right at the top there, subroutines. We've got some going to user-defined graphics. We've got 30 go sub 180. That is for our setup. So let's go there first. So that's our variables basically. Now I always like to put my variables near enough at the end of the screen, because what I want to do is I want to get that main loop to the top as close as I can, because the way the basic works, it reads from the top. Every time you send a command, it starts from the top and makes its way down. So I want to get that gaming loop tight to the top as I possibly can, and that's basically what I've tried to do here. So like I said, we need to familiarize ourselves with what the hell's going on here, because how many was it about a month, 2 months ago, we did episode 2. So I haven't looked at this since then. So this is kind of, you couldn't get any raw and live as it is tonight, because I'm throwing myself right in the deep end, reading my code quickly to try and determine what we've got going on here. So I'm going to, like I said, I want to get a nasty there. So we need to create a nasty, don't we? A user-defined graphic. Now, a friend of mine, who was the same guy that did the music for me in my Manic Miner clone in Basic of the first level, he did the music, and he's also done some user-defined graphics. And I've asked him, could I include them in this? So we've got some baddies to put in there. The graphics are already taken care of. I've just got to remember where I've written them here on my notepad, but we will get there soon. Anyway, let's start. We're going to go line 95. So like I said, the idea was to get something moving up on the screen. So I'm going to start at line 95. When I first did this program, didn't give myself a lot of space, to be honest with you. So everything is a bit of a tight squeeze, but I believe we can get it in there. So what I'm thinking is, before I start doing the user-defined graphics, let's just get something moving up there, just to say, yeah, okay, we'll just get 2 characters perhaps, like from the keyboard moving on the screen, and then we can look at the user-defined graphics afterwards. So the main goal at the moment is just to get something moving. So a technique that I like to use is, obviously I haven't put any variables in yet, so I'm just going to go A and B. So let A equal A plus B. And I'll put the variables in a second. And I'm going to go put let B equal B. And I like to do this the same way as I did my in keys, which I don't know if you can see them, they're just up the top there. So you see line 50. I'm doing a very similar style to that to move this nasty. Okay, so you look at line 50, you see how I've done that, x equal x minus. Well, I'm going to do the same here. Obviously I've got a plus there. So 95, I'm going to go plus, and then I'm going to go A. I'm going to put less 6. So I'm picking the parameters now of where to position this nasty, if that makes sense. It'll all make sense when I push run, hopefully, and you'll see what we've got. And obviously I need to determine how far I want this nasty to go. So at the moment it's going to run from 6 to 8, because I'm going to put 8 there. Okay, and for now, because I haven't designed to put the user-defined graphic information in yet, I'm just going to put at M1. All right, trust me on this. I'm going to go back and I'm going to put all these variables in, because if I run this after I've pushed enter, it's just going to come up with an error, because I haven't told A what it is, I haven't told B what it is, and I haven't told M1 what it is. And my reason for putting in M1 is basically because I'm thinking ahead, level 2. So if I go M1, I can then change that print position for the next level. Same with the A and the B and so forth. So we go in OA because when I do the variables, I'm going to do the old position of the nasty. It'll all make sense, hopefully. I'm going to go plus N1. Again, I'm thinking ahead. Okay, I had from memory. When I first started doing this, I did go ahead after the last stream, which was episode 2, and I did do a little bit of work on it, but I can't remember where I put the stuff. So I'm going by memory from what I remember doing. So for now, I'm just going to put, let's just put 2 O's there. That is our character, yeah? Like I say, I will be changing that. I will be going back and changing that to a user-defined graphic eventually. I just want to get something moving on the screen. And now if we go at M1. I will read the comments in a moment because obviously I'm trying to type, I'm trying to get all this information into the program, and it's quite hard to try and read the comments at the same time. Now, the way I've programmed this is I'm using the over1 command. Okay. So I've got to bear in mind, I've got to obviously think about that. I don't need to put a space in to delete the character as it's moving. So I can put 2 more O's in there because like I just said, I'm using the over1 command. Why am I using the over1 command? Basically because of the ladders in the platform game. I wanted a platform game where my character could climb up the ladder. And to save having to reprint ladders all the time whilst the man was climbing the ladder, if I use over1, I don't have to worry about that. And that's the main reason why I did that. So this is the second position now. The second position for the nasty on the right hand side at the high level. Hopefully I'm getting all this right. I'm kind of doing this from what I remember when I kind of designed all this. And again, that will be 2 zeros, or 2 not zeros, 2 O's. And basically all I'm doing now is I'm just copying the top where I've written before, copying again, but just changing it to M2 rather than M1. Monster 1, Monster 2. That is what my M2 and M1 are basically meaning there. N2. And like I said at the beginning, N1, N2, I'm thinking ahead for a level 2. Just so that I've got a variable assigned to it and I can play around with the numbers then. I can put it wherever I like. And then we're going to put 2 zeros there again. Or O's, sorry, I keep calling them zeros, they're O's. And obviously when we've done that, we've got to finish off with let OA equal A. So let the O position equal the original position. Right, so let's just check that I haven't already got a 95 and I'm not going to delete over something, because that is something that I tend to really cock up on sometimes. I go and delete a line. Right, so I'm going to put that in at line 95. Now, obviously, if I run that, we're going to get an error because we haven't put any variables in yet. So I'm just going to write this down on a bit of paper so I know which ones I've got to do. So we've got A, B, M1, obviously OA is going to equal A anyway, and then we've got N1, M2 and N2. Okay, so now I'm just going to have a quick read in the comments just so you don't think I'm ignoring you all. It looks like you're all just having a little yap amongst yourselves. Right, okay. I'm just having a quick scan. I can't. Let me get all these variables in and then we'll see if what I've written there is correct. So there's just a recap. There's our line 95. So let's find our variables. There's our variables there. So I'm just wondering whether just to start a new line to put all this in. Yeah, we'll go to 205. Let A equal 6. Or maybe I don't know, was it 6 or 7, that platform? I'm trying to think. I did write some notes down before the stream, did a bit of homework before I started And that is one number I didn't write down, but something's telling me it's 6. So I'm just going to put 6 there. If I'm wrong, we'll come back and alter it. So then we got let OA equal A. So that's position A basically is where our monster's going. And then I've got OA to add the alter position. Exactly how we do it when we're moving a character using the in key. And then I'm going to let B, let B equal 1. That's to do with our movement. Remember I put in that line 95, I did the movement on the B. And what else was there? Just it was M1, wasn't there? So we've got let M1 I'm not sure what to put there at the moment. I'm gonna put a 7. Just gonna put anything there at the moment, then we can always come back and adjust it. Let M2, so that's monster 1, monster 7, so this is our positions. I'm just taking a stab in the dark with this because obviously until I run it, then I can adjust it, fine tune it to where we need to be. Same with our N1. I'm just going to put 0 for that. Let N2 equal 13. So just looking at my note, that's all I had written down. So let's run that and see what happens. It'll soon tell me if I've forgotten something. Oh, there. Oh, something's going on there. So, list 95. Have I forgot to put an at in there like I normally do? Yes. For those of you who watched episode 1 and episode 2, you know by now that I always miss the at. That's better. So now we've got something moving on the screen. We need to drop them down a bit. So my coordinates are a little bit messed up. Obviously, we've got a bit of a reprinting issue there. It's double printing, so we need to sort that out as well. But at least we've got some movement. And to be fair, it hasn't really slowed much down. Hasn't slowed it down very much with that movement. So like I say, all I got to do now is just sort that mess out. Bring them O's down a bit. Let's bring those O's down. So line 205 was the variables. I said 6 there. So let's bring that M1. This is the first monster on the left. Let's bring him right down to 9. Let's just run that, see where it's at. We'll get them in the right position. Yeah, so you're now in the right position. So let's do the other one, then we can sort out why it's double printing like it is. Monster 2, I've got him at number 4. What was he? Let's just have a run there. So he only needs to come down 1 look. So he's at, if you look at the left hand one, just take me little man up there because obviously I haven't got a cursor to point on the screen to show you. So I'm doing this one now. See, I need to bring that down to where my man is. So one way we can do it, if we're unsure, I mean, obviously we know what it is because it's set at 4, so obviously it's got to be 5. But just in case you didn't know, you could just put print Y because that's where our man is, and it will come up 5. So that's obviously where M2 needs to be. Put that in at 5. Now these ones here, I did N10. Yeah, I'm going to leave them. They seem to be all right. Now if I run that, they should both be where I want them. Yeah. So they are where I want them. List 95. It's got a bit of a colour problem there as well, because this one here should have been red. Right, so they're both red. Okay. Now, to get rid of that overprint, simple. All we need to do is, if we go to our screen setup again, which we're at already, bring it down, list 180. Let's bring it down a bit. I'm just trying to, all I need to do is print them. Because we're using over 1, I need to print them on the screen. So if I go, well, we've got a nice big gap there. If I go 400 print at, it was M1, wasn't it? M1 A plus N1, and I'll put that in ink 2, and it was our 2 zeros at, whoops, at, remember me at, always messing that at up. Thank you, by the way, for those of you who tuned in on Saturday night for the cassette 50 stream, and I do apologize now for the bad language that I was using during that stream. Very hard not to swear at cassette 50, but it was a fun stream, and if you missed it, it's available on the channel to rewatch. So now if I run that, because all I've done is, because I'm using over 1 in my screen setup, I've just printed it on the screen. So now when I run it, fingers crossed, there we go. So we've now got 2 nasties moving on the screen. And now why I've done 2 O's is because the user-defined graphic that Damien, the guy that did the music for me for Manic Miner, it requires 2 8-bit characters. So that is why I've done it like that. Obviously, there's no collision detection at the moment. Things may start to slow down as we add some collision detection in there. So that was line 95. So just pull that up again. That there is basically the meat of the program that is moving those 2 nasties. Okay. That is the 2 nasties. They're using the same step counter. Okay, so A equal A plus B. I'm using 1 step counter rather than giving them... so they're using the same personality, if you like, to move it. All I've done is put them in different positions. Hence the M2, the M1, or the M1, M2, and the N1 and the N2. And that is thinking ahead, because I'm thinking ahead, if I do want to do a level 2, then I can move those around just by telling the variables when we get to level 2, can you please, you know, we're going to put M1 in a different location than it was on level 1, and so forth. So that's why I did it that way. If you weren't going to do a level 2, you could just put the numbers in there. You didn't have to worry about the variables as much. So the next thing I want to think about is, before I go on to the user-defined graphics, is collision detection. All right, so when I'm running it, when they hit us like that, now as you can see, our man turns red. So if I, let's just run that again. If I stop it there, if I go print at 30 ATR Y X, come on, where's my bracket? My keyboard is so worn out, I can't see anything on this retro. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I used the Spectrum from Retro Games Limited. And as you know, and if you don't know, I do a lot of programming, and most of the keys now are worn out on this. Like the enter key, it no longer has enter written on it. It's just blank. The symbol shift is completely vanished, and number 8 is near enough gone. P key, but that's half faded now. So this keyboard's been getting a bit of a beating. Right. So what I'm doing at the moment, that is telling me what I just wrote in there, that the ATTR of my character is 42. And that is a quick way of doing it. I don't have to work out calculations because you can just print and work out the ATR. My character is Y and X, and we've got an ATR of 42. Now, if I move him over here and do the same, print at 4-0 ATR Y X. In this case, I've got to put over 0 because everything's running an over 1. So we don't want, just in case, I'm just going to put it in ink black as well. Now, if I put that up, my man is 41. So I know when I hit red, it's 42. So let's work out where to put our collision detection for this. So I reckon perhaps fairly close to our 95 there, I would have thought. Well, that we could put it. We ain't got. We'd put it at 92. If could always move stuff around. So if ATR Y dash X equals 42. I'm just going to put stop there at the moment just to prove that it's working. Because sometimes I'm not always convinced with ATR. So let's just see. We're going to go up there now. I'm going to hit the red, and will it stop? No, it didn't stop. Interesting. So let's just print that again. Print at 0 over 0 ATR YX 42. Interesting. So why isn't that working? Is it because it's just literally I've got it positioned in the wrong place? Because if you look, that is where my character movement is. So I reckon if I was to move that above that, because that is the 90 is the bit. Whoops, where's the cursor gone? 90 is the position of where I'm moving our little blue man. So I reckon if I move that to 86, just above it. Let's delete 92. Will it work now just by moving it above? Come on, you better work. Yes. So that is an example of it's important that you read your code and position stuff in the correct place. So just by moving it up one line above where the main character is printing for its movement, obviously if you're going after it, it's not going to detect it. So that's why we go above it. Yeah, let's just check it does it with the other one. There you go. So we've got that working. So now we can get rid of the stop. So we'd put, I can't remember what we assigned life as. I think it was LV. I usually do LV for my lives. I'm just looking at the YouTube screen there. I see we've got a advertisement come up. So I'm hoping it hasn't cut me off. I'm trying to keep one eye on the chat room, one eye on you guys. Ads are turned on. How do I turn the ads off? Sorry about this. Let me work out how to turn the ads off. Anyone know how to turn the ads off? Let's just have a pause here a minute while why have we got advertisements coming up? All right, if you just push the skip button, guys, if you don't, because I haven't got a clue how to get them off. I mean, I'm in mid-programming here and we got ads coming up, so I haven't got time to mess around with that at the moment. I want to get on with this. All right, so a little skip button did come up. Just push that and let me know if you've missed anything. When the ad comes up, does it completely just destroy everything? You know, have you missed anything, or does it pause my live stream while it plays its bloody ad? I don't know. But I don't know how to turn them off. I have no idea why they're coming on. I didn't think they did it on live streams. But there, now I'm a little bit thrown to where we are with this now, because I had to drop everything to have a look at that. But anyway, I think LV was my lives. Why have I put LV? That should be equals. So I'm going to put LV equal LV minus 1. And what I want to do is just run it. And if the program doesn't crash, I know I've got it right. Yeah, so it must be right because it hasn't crashed. So LV, let's just check it anyway. Where are my variables placed? They are quite far down, aren't they? There we go. Yeah, LV, look, LV at line 100, line 200, LV equals 3. Okay, now while I've got these variables up, I just want to see where the position of our main character is. So 190, we got Y17 and X4. So let's pull down that again. So when we hit our bad guy, we'll have a beep. And then we'll put let Y equal, what was it again? So, I can't remember what it was now. It was those stupid ads played have really thrown me off. I'm annoyed about that. I don't have much luck with these bloody live streams. There's always something wrong. Either my volume's wrong. Now I've got advertisements coming up. So it was 17, wasn't it? So let X equal 4. Now I'm just going to turn the volume up slightly on my TV so I can hear if it beeps, because I've got it turned down so it doesn't interfere with the stream. So let's have a look. So now when I hit one of those red nasties, hopefully, fingers crossed, yeah, it chucks us down. Did it beep? I didn't hear the beep. Just try that again. It might be that I've got the pitch wrong on it. Yes, it did a little beep. And it respawns us down at the bottom. There we go. Let's just check it does it with the other one. So we're making some progress here tonight, considering I haven't touched this program for well over a month. Yeah, so there we go. That's working lovely. Let's see if we can jump over them. Yes. I'm quite pleased with that. That's working really nice. Now, if I wanted to, see how I can jump on top of it. Now we could change that by sticking in there, or whoops, ATR y plus 1 x equals 42. So that's basically, I'm saying, if it's feet, so underneath us, if it also equals 42, then it should respawn us. So let's have a, there you go. So now we can't walk on top of the obstacle or the monster or whatever we're going to, I know what it's going to be because I've seen the user-defined graphic. There you go. So you can still jump over it, but if you land on top, it'll throw you back down to your respawn. There you go. Let's just see if I can get past him. Oh! Eventually I want to change these hashtags to a proper user-defined graphic ladder as well. Tidy it up a bit. Maybe put some other visuals on there as well. Make it look a bit more... still looks a bit bare. I can't get over that one. One more go, and then we'll return back to... I'm just enjoying playing the game. No, never was any good at playing games. Right, so we've got that working. So user-defined graphic now. I want to change MOs. I want to change them. I want to change them to the user-defined graphic that was that Damien shared with me. And we actually shared it in the Facebook group. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to quickly go to the Facebook group and see if I can find it, because I need the data. So bear with me. I'm just going to type into this Facebook group, see if yeah, and I found it straight away just by typing in Sam, because it's, and here we go. So, okay. Right, I've got the data up for the first user-defined graphic, which I found on Facebook because that's where he shared it, and I messaged him and said, would you mind if I used it for the purpose of this platform game? So 1020 data. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to put the data statements in there, and then I'll go back and I'll for those of you who are beginners at BASIC, I'll explain how you do the user-defined graphics on line 1000 there, okay? So line 1020. The user-defined graphic that he shared is called Sammy the Squid. Okay, so that is going to be the name of our first nasty. So these numbers I'm writing in now, I am basically copying them from the Facebook post that he put in the group. 170 and 170. Just count all their numbers. There should be 8 numbers there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that is 1020. And then I'm going to do 1025. And this is the other part of his body now. Because as you saw, I had two O's. So this is now the O on the right hand side. 224 176 232 28 2, 5, 4, 85, 85, and 85. Just count then, there should be 8 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've now got 1, 2, 3, and there's one hidden underneath there as well. So we've got 4. So we need to change that. Whoops. I now need to change that to so it's 32. 4 8s are 32. We've got a 0 there, so that means it will be 31 because you count from the 0. Okay, so those of you who don't know how to do user-defined graphics, find the right keys. We do it as we start as a for next loop. So I've assigned G to equal 0 to 31. 31 being the amount of 8s we've got in our data. So in this case we had 32, but like I said, you count the 0 because it counts from 0. We then read the data. So that's reading all those data. You don't have to put DAT, you could just put the letter D if you wanted, but I always put DAT just so I know. It's then reading that data, and then it pokes user A. So that will be, A is the first letter that our graphic is assigned to. So it starts from A. And then we go plus G. Okay. And then it's part, obviously you can see there as above, it's part of the for next loop. So it knows 0 to 32 because it's 8-bit. It knows that's obviously 4 new blocks going on top of that, or 4, so it'd be 4, sorry, next G, and then it returns it. So if I run that, hopefully we won't get a data error and I've got my calculations right. Yeah, so now if I go back to line 2000, see where I put the little ren there. I'm now going to put capital C equals graphic C. There you go. There's part of our squid. Now if I go D equals graphic D, there's the other side of our squid. So when they're both together, they look like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do, by the way, what I will do as well is I will screenshot all of this code and put it in my type in Facebook group, or if you're not on Facebook, let me know and I can get the code to you, because it might make it easier if you can see it in front of you. So I'm just going back up to my variables. I'm going to put under 210 there. Right, F for 4. Yeah. Okay, get rid of that. We don't need that in there now. So I'm going to put let B string equal, and it was C and D. So there's our squid. And then I'm going to go back to line 95. That's where we did the movement. Okay. So just to recap, A equals A plus B. So there's our B. Then we've got B equal B plus, then there's our A. And these are basically our perimeters. So so it won't, so if it's less than 6, it will then move back. And if it's more than 8, it will then move back. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And then obviously these here are just all numbers, that's variables assigned to different numbers. Right, so change that double O. I'm going to put B string in there. And the same there. So I'm just going to get rid of all of our O's and change them with B string. And after I've run this, I shall have a quick glance at the comments just in case anyone has picked up anything that I might have done wrong or any suggestions that I should be doing properly in the code. Let me know how I'm getting on so far. Yeah, 32 bytes, not carat. Yeah. Okay. I'm surprised it doesn't give an out of data error, as you've told it to define all 32 characters but only gave data for one of them. Right. Anyway, let me run this and I'll come back to the I shall come back to the comments. So now we should have, oh, 2 squids. Now you know why it's doing that. In fact, I quite like seeing the black. I quite like, it looks like a crab. I quite like that as well. What it's done there, if you remember, where I set up the variables, where I told it to print the 2 O's in the screen setup, I think it was line 400. Was it that one? Yeah. See, it's basically printed over them, so they need to be changed as well. So we can just put a B string there, and we can put the same there, and that will correct that. There we go. Cool. I like that. That looks all right. So we've got Sammy the Squid, and we've got coins. It's turning into a little bit of a sea pirate sort of theme, I think. So that might be the theme we go for, because we've got a squid, we've got treasure. Yeah, use your imagination. So we collect the coins, and it's running. Oh, it's running at quite a nice speed still. There we go. And I think the object of the game is to get here. So we'll put something here eventually. So when you hit that, you've completed it. I just want to check. Make sure our collision detection is still working. Yes, it is. And we can improve that collision detection. We, you know, instead of having a single beat, we can make it quite dramatic if you like. So it was line 86 where it happened. We could put a 4, just for argument's sake. I don't know. So if we put a little for next loop in there, 1 to 20, say. Well, let's change that to 10, and we'll put plus there. No, we won't. We'll put a minus. No, we won't. We'll just see what it. We'll just put a plus and see what it sounds like. Next T. So now when we do it, it should make a bit more of a sound. There you go. Obviously we can fine tune that, make it might have been better if we were going the other way actually. If we change that to 30 and then go minus, what will it do then? There you go, that's better. So already we have created, the collision detection's not working brilliantly. Yeah, there we go. What we probably need to do there actually is to improve that, is maybe do our ode positions. Maybe that will work better. Whenever I'm making a game, I just like to just go back to code and just change it, experiment with it. Yeah. So when you're actually on its head, you'll die now, instead of being a space up. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's have a read in the comments. We actually have some sort of working platform game now. We're getting to the stage now where we could think about having something on the right hand side when we go down that last ladder to get us to level 2. So, you know, the program is progressing quite well. We've still got to add, what I might do first is put the life counter in. But let's have a quick look through the comments first. Right. Scrolling right up because I haven't been reading any of this. We've got 16 watching. Right, okay. I'm just we could, so looking at Luman UK asked, is it too late to use in instead of in keys to enable diagonal jumping? Yeah, I can't see why we couldn't put it in. That is something maybe we can try. So yeah, it's never too late. I mean, if we find it doesn't work, just change it back. But yeah, let's discuss. Says 1020, not 9210. No, I'm not sure what you mean there. Yes, please user-defined graphics explain. So I hope I explained that okay, Ronald. There are other videos on my channel probably explaining it a lot better than I probably have here tonight. But yeah, my game has too many user-defined graphics to put in the basic program. I had to make a new character set with graphics in it. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet, Frank. That's something I'm yet to do. I've never really made a game where I've needed more graphics yet. So yeah, I did like getting graph paper out and designing user-defined. Is that birds? Is that meant to be? That's from Sunburst. I am still quite new with basic, and machine code and user-defined graphics is still a bit of a mystery for me. That's Ronald again. 32 question mark. 32 question mark. Let me go back. I'm not sure what you mean there. Yeah, so yeah, it was 32. But see, the problem is you count from the 0. Is that what you mean? I'm not sure. Obviously, yeah, so it is 31 he's put underneath. Lman UK saying to Frank, do you use the trick of redefining the existing characters? I remember my Sinclair telling us how to do it back in the 80s. Great trick. So basically you're all yapping, having good conversation in the comments. We've got a looking good Alex from Frank. Yeah, love the code, not on Facebook. Would love the code, not. Yeah, okay, Julie. I will sort that for you. We shall find somewhere to put it anyway, and I will let you guys know, because I know some of you aren't on the Facebook. So the other social medias that I use is Blue Sky, Instagram, and Twitter. Or if you want to email me, and I shall put that under the video description after this video is finished, you can email me and I'll email you back with screenshots of the code if you like, or I'll just send you the tap file so you can run it and play with it, and then you've got it as well then. So I'm quite happy to do that. Are the graphics existing that you are using? If not, how are you inputting them in for basic load? Squid looks great. Nice graphics. Yeah, looks cool. So you're all happy with the graphics. I'm not sure what Ronald means there. Are the graphics existing that you are using? If not, how are you inputting them in for basic code? Right, there is a user-defined graphic video on my channel which shows you where you get those numbers from, basically. Okay, I'm not going to go on about it too much now on this live stream because it will just take over the live stream, but there is a video already on my channel explaining it. It could be a pirate based on the sea. Those platforms could be ship sailing posts. That's exactly what I was thinking as well. GIHNP. I was thinking exactly the same thing. And in fact, if we run it, we could put maybe some graphics C underneath, perhaps, just for a bit of fun. Because it's kind of given me that pirate kind of feel. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just using my imagination now. Oh, hello, Snorkers is with us. There is code that creates the main coin and the squid. Yeah, he's just explaining the user-defined graphics there. Let's just scan through. Yeah, Julie says, are there some tools to help? Yes, there are. Again, if my user-defined graphic video is on my channel, check it out. I'll put the link under this video in the description when I finish. Happy with tap via itch. Follow you there. Okay, well, yeah, we could put it on itch. That's a good idea. Maybe I could do a separate thing on itch, the making of a platform game, and every time we update through a live stream, I'll put the new tap file on. Yeah, okay, we'll go down that route. We'll do it on itch. I'll sort that out this week. It won't be tonight because after I finish with you guys, I will be off to bed because I've got to be up at 5 in the morning for work. So what we got, I will check it out, no problem. Alex, yeah, okay. Do you want me to put your email in the chat? Yes, please do, Frank. Put the email in the chat. It saves me doing it. Right, so we've been live streaming now for about an hour. And no swearing, which is cool. Right, because I was disgusted with myself the other night on the 50 cassette live stream. When I listened back to it, I thought, that's not like me. Totally out of character, effing and blinding like I was. So going forward, I'm going to try and cut that out as long as we don't play a game that rattles me up the wrong way. Okay, so lives. Let's put a life counter in there. And where are we going to put it, he says. Where are we going to put it? I'm just referring to my my notes here. Let's just run that again. So I'm just trying to work out. So I reckon scroll my man. I'm just going to cut print Y. So my man is at 17. So then we got the platform underneath will obviously be 18, 19, 20. So I reckon maybe at 20 we'll have our little life counter there. I didn't see what the X coordinate was, did I? Oh well, we can mess around with that in a minute. So if I go to screen setup, and we've got let's score. We've got our let's score there, and we've actually already printed our coin. So if I go print 25 and I put the at in, didn't I? Because it's something I'm always messing up. Forget to put the at in. We'll go blue because our man is blue. I can't remember what I assigned him. Was it A strings, our man? I can't remember. But if we got it wrong, we'll go back. And then it'll be LV. I'll put the LV in black to match what we've done with the coin. So it'll be LV, and then remember to put that at back in there. So now hopefully there we go. So what I want to do is next to our man, I'll just put no, we'll put it that side of it where it's black. Where are we? Completely lost my coordinates here. So if I put like that, there you go. So did we do a go sub before? Because if I go down there, yes, it did, but I've got a problem there, and it's probably because it's in over. We have to put over 0. Now, because I've put over 0 there, does that mean I can get rid of that one? We'll try. We'll try. There you go. And obviously when we die, we have to start and we have to collect the coins again. And again, the reason why I did it in over 1 is basically because of the ladders. Because if I hadn't used over 1 for that, then it would have caused us a whole lot of grief having to reprint ladders and work out how to do it. So over 1 to me seemed like the sensible approach to go. So obviously we haven't told it yet that when lives get to 0, it's game over, baby. We need to shut you down. So what we need to do there is, now I'm just thinking that's on a go sub there. So if we don't really want to put a go to into a go sub, if you know what I mean. I'll try and explain. Hang on a second. Right. So if I go to the main loop, when we die, obviously, I don't want to go to a go sub because I don't want it to return back to where we left off. Not like we are at the moment when we lose a life or we pick up a coin or we lose a coin. It go subs, does the calculation, and then comes back. When we lose a life, so it's 0, completely 0, we don't want it to come back because it's game over. So I'm not going to send it to the same place. So I'm now we got line list 1-1. That's where we fall. That's where it tells us. Where is it? Oh, I've lost it. I'm going to push the wrong button. Where is it? So that's when we fell. Okay. So we lose a life there. So as you can see, we've got let LV equal LV minus 1. And then see where it says it goes subs to 490. That's just so it prints in our coin and our little life counter. So if we go line 115, if LV equals 0, then go to, and I should have looked first because I don't know where to take it because I don't know what we've got spare here. Let's just scroll it down. I mean, we could stick it anywhere for now, couldn't we? I always like to do my game overs somewhere at the bottom of the code because it doesn't really matter because you're not going to be returning. It's just one call, you know. You're not going to go back. There's no return, is there, after you've snuffed it? That's it. So we've got space there. So we go 600. In fact, not 600, sorry. We go 510. So if lives equals 0, we go to 510. And then if I go list 500, 510, and I'm going to put a rem statement there. Game over. Okay. 520, print at, I don't know, let's say 10, 8, and we'll have it flashing flash 1, game over. We'll add some colour in there as well. So we'll have it red on a black paper. Yeah. Nice. And 5:30. Obviously, I haven't put any music or anything together for this. So I'm just gonna. We can maybe in one of the episodes, we can come back and tart it up a bit with a little tune, deaf tune playing or whatever. But for now, I'm just gonna put 10 to 40 beep. 0.02. I am literally just throwing any number in here at the moment to see what it does. It might be that just increase that a bit. Next T. So hopefully when we have game over, yeah, we'll leave it like that and see what happens. Okay. So again, just to recap, when we die, just go to the place. You don't need to go somewhere. Don't return. It's a waste of a go somewhere and a return. You're just going to clog the memory up and stuff. So I nearly swore then. Remember 530 because I need to return it now. Okay, I need to go back. So I don't want to go to line 20 unless we put a restore in there for the graphics. I'm just going to go back to line 30 where it goes to the setup and it resets all the variables and we're ready to start the game again. So list line 530. Obviously we haven't created an intro screen, you know, welcome to the game and all that glorified stuff. We will do that eventually. I'm probably going to put that in at line 600 actually. So line, I'm going to go 35. And I've already forgotten what number it was because I'm too busy yapping. I was going, yeah, good job I went back because I was going to put 10. So we need to go to line 30. So 535. We're going to clear the screen and we're going to go to, was it 30? Can't remember. Was it 30? Yes, it was 30. Right, now let's see what happens. So we should get a game over now when we fall off, when we get to 0. Yeah, it worked. Just one problem though. We need to put over 0 in because we're working with over 1. Everything is in over 1. So over 0. And let's make it a little bit longer because it didn't really give us a chance to read what was going on. What we can do actually is if we put another for next loop in there, if we go O for over, if we go 1, 2, 3, so it'll play it 3 times. Next O. Let's see what happens now. Still might not be a long enough gap. Might need to put a pause in there. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then it just restarts the game because obviously we haven't put an intro in there yet. Eventually, we will put in an intro so it won't just restart. It will go back to a lovely intro screen telling you to choose your options, key or Kempstone joystick or whatever, and give you some instructions on what to do. But for now, we're just building the game. So one could say we have created a little tiny platform game now. We have got something in place. We can see it. We can, you know, we've got the makings of something now. So let's see if I can get... Oh! There's a problem. It's not deleting our man there, is it? You see on our life counter, it's still at 3. So list 95. Not 95, it was up here somewhere. So this line here, it needs to go sub. Now from memory, there it is, look, underneath. We need to go sub. And if we look at line 110, where we fall off, you know, where our fall counter tells us we're going to lose a life, we can see we go sub to 490. So if we put 490, now hopefully it will reset the numbers for us. It will sort that out. There we go. So that was a quick, easy fix. Now looking at the variables, I did have a counter in, so it's counting as we're collecting the coins. Obviously, because it's reading 5. So we could actually put a thing when you collected 6, well done, you know, could have a well done message come up or something. But there we go. That's all we've got in place so far. So now, obviously, we are looking at a level 2. We are looking at a level 2 option now because we've completed level 1. What I might do just to finish this off tonight is put another user-defined graphic in and I just want to tidy this up a bit. Maybe change them hashtags to proper ladders in user-defined graphics. So I'm thinking that might be what I'm going to do now. Rather than jump ahead into level 2, let's just finish off this level 1, getting it looking a little bit more prettier than it is. Just want to look at the code a minute, because how did I do the ladders again? I'm not sure which part of the code actually makes me climb the ladder. Not sure at all. It looks like I've done it with a screen string, so it might be a case of having to change it to ATTR. But anyway, let's actually design the graphic for the ladder first. So I'm not happy with those hashtags. If we're going to make this game look pretty, we've got to spend a bit of time tarting it up a bit now. And I'd like to put something underneath as well. Like I said, like something like, I don't know, I'm thinking waves, you know, sea, that sort of theme. I think we're going down the pirate sort of theme here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to boot up my user-defined graphic maker, which unfortunately I can't show you guys because I'm not sure how to change screens without cutting you off. So just going to have to bear with me a minute. But the program I am using is available on the internet. And if you just type in ZX Spectrum user-defined graphic creator, it should come up. Simple as that. So what I'm doing that you can't see is I'm actually designing the ladder. And once I've put all these codes in, I'll show you. So I'm going, at the moment, it's all going well. Right, okay. So what I've basically just done is I've just designed a ladder shape, an 8-bit ladder shape, and I'm going to add it to the user-defined graphic. Our user-defined graphics there. So let's go 1030 data. So I'm now doing the graphics for a ladder because those hashtags aren't doing it for me. And like I say, I may have to change it to ATTR to climb them. I won't know until I've done it because Screen Strings doesn't pick up user-defined graphics, as we all know, or you may not know. So let's put that in there. Now we need to add another one to that. So that will now become, come on, help me out. My maths is appalling. So it'll be 31 on it, 31 plus another 8 on top of it, which is 39. So that will become 38. And it'll soon tell me if I've got it wrong. List 2000. Capital E. Graphic E. There we go. There's my ladder. There's my ladder shape. I think I might have got my calculation wrong there actually. Yeah, I have got it wrong, haven't I? I've got that wrong. It is 39 because we've now, that should be 39. Because if you look, we've got, counting up from 1030, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 times 8, which is 40. Don't know where I got 39 from. Obviously, we're counting from 0. So it's 39. So now if I run it, list 2000. Whoops, not 200, sorry. List 2000. There you go. The ladder has now got the bottom section in. There you go. I think that looks all right for a ladder. Right, so we now need to go back through the program. If we go back, I'll read the comments in a minute. Obviously, it's difficult to try and program and read the comments at the same time. I'm just trying to figure. There we go. So there is our ladder creations. So all I'm doing is swapping over our hashtags for the ladder design. Because I really didn't like those hashtags. They were all right to begin with, but because we're now changing everything, whoops, we're changing everything to user-defined graphics. It's just like, yeah, we need to start tightening this up now, make it look a little bit more like a game. So let's run that. Hopefully, I think that's all the ladders. Oh, that's better. I like that. That's nice. That's a lot better. That's quite striking now, isn't it? Those ladders sticking out. Will it let me climb them? I don't think it's gonna. Oh, it's letting me climb them. I thought I was going to have issues there, but no, we're good to go. And look at that as well. it even looks better with it being over one. Look, you can see the character behind the blue. That looks really nice. I like that. Because it actually looks like we're climbing the ladder as well. The over one hasn't distorted it too much. I'm quite pleased with that. Whoa, I'm not happy about that though. That over jump there. What's happening there then? I think that's what we did in the previous episode. Oh, there it is, line 100, list 100. So if y is more than 0, then let y equals 0. Let's go change that to 1. So basically, when we hit the top of the screen, we were getting a little bit of a rebound there. That's better. It's not doing it now. Just knocks you back down to 1. Yeah. That's better. If we fall too much, I might have to adjust that fall counter. It's set at 9 at the moment, so if we fall 9 spots like that, you fell. I might change that, make it a little bit harder perhaps. Again, I've got no collision detection for the coin if you jump on top of it. Whoops. You see, it won't register that the coin's there. You've got to go beside it. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to change that. I quite like that as it is. But I really do like them ladders. It's, to me, that is just really giving the game a little bit more pizzazz, if you like, a little visually anyway. Anyway, let's have a read in the comments and see what you folks are saying. Are you liking what I've done so far? Hashtag not my ladder from Frank, yeah. Okay, let's just have a quick read. We've got 11 watching. Oh, we're losing a few. That's, maybe it is late. I suppose it is a Sunday. Man T... sorry, I can't pronounce your name very well, but you've said, Alex, if you put the screen strings check into a variable, I think you can give even more speed. Good idea. Yeah, that is something actually, I think, yeah, that ain't a bad idea. That's something we could look at. String is, it can't see user-defined graphics. Yeah. The problem with screen string is, yeah, it can't see user-defined graphics. Oh yeah, that's even better. Julie likes that. Forget about 128k. Hashtags are good for a placeholder from Ronald. Looks a lot better. Yeah, thanks Frank. Much better from Ronald. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so you're all liking it. Hashtag not, yeah, okay. Snorker standards. IMO. Snorker standards IMO. Okay, whatever that means. In my opinion, snorker standards. In my opinion. Okay. So we've been on for an hour and 30 minutes now, and I think to finish this off, I'd like to put some C underneath. And we've got another ad. Sorry about that. We just had another ad come up as I was reading the comments. I don't know why it's doing that. I do apologise. I will try and sort that out for when we do episode 4. Get rid of that. I don't know why it's doing it. Bloody annoying. I don't know how you turn it off either. So I've quickly gone through all of the settings here. It must be something to do with the you're going to get an ad. because I got it. Anyway, let's not worry about that. I want to do some C underneath. So let's have a look at some more user-defined graphics here. So yeah, I think it would look nice if we were to put something at line 21, right at the bottom of the screen there, just to tart it up a little bit. So I'm back in my user-defined graphic creator, and I'm sorry that I'm unable to share the screen because to be honest with you, I'm worried to push anything in case I lose you guys, because I am new to this live streaming. Well, I say new, I've been doing it a while now, but I still haven't worked out all the functions. So the last thing I want to do is start messing around and end up cutting you all off. But like I say, there is a video on my channel that goes into user-defined graphics a little bit more in depth than I am doing here tonight. What I'm doing at the moment in the background is I'm just trying to design some sort of sea scene, like some waves. Okay, let's just creating like some wiggly lines sort of thing to imitate a sea scene. And it's not going very well. This is where the graph paper needs to come out. I need to do it on the graph paper, but we'll see how it goes. See what I come up with. I'm sure I can't do any worse than we already have. Right, I've created something, so I'm now going to put that into our data. So line 1035, data 17, 170, 68. All I'm doing now is I'm just tarting it up a bit, making it look a little bit more pleasing to the eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's stick that down at there. Yeah. Okay. So again, we need to change that. So how many have we got now? I think it's 6 now, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've got the data stuck underneath it there. So that's 6. Six times 8 is 48, so that becomes 47 because we count from the 0. Now if I run that, and if I pull up 2000, because that's where I'm basically doing this, so if you do decide to copy this out, A, B, C, D, E, F, you know what letter does what. There we go. So that's my wiggly lines for my C. What's it going to look like when it's all together? Is it going to look like, well, I don't know. Let's get it there and see what it looks like. It's a little bit rushed, but it might not look too bad once we've got it in place. Yeah, so let's go back to where we're designing the screen on our setup. So there we go. 220, look, we got a screen setup. So there's our ladders. So if we put it at underneath our ladders there, 315 print, 315 print at 21.0. I'm going to go ink blue graphic F. I have no idea what this is going to look like. Even if it's going to look like C, we'll soon find out. So yeah. Oh, I've gone too many. We have a problem. 21. Yeah, I'd have to raise. Well, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. What I can do is, I was thinking about using the old tab trick and putting it down, like, you know, in line 22, like in the border, but I don't think there's going to be any need for me to do that with what I'm thinking. All I've got to do is where the prints are for, whoops, what was that again? For our life counter and our coin counter, I'm just going to bring that up slightly. See what it looks like now. Why is it still scrolling? Not liking it there, is it? Let me just try something a minute. I'm doing something wrong. Yeah. I might have to put it as a tab. I'm trying to remember how you do it. Print at... I'm trying to remember how you do the tab thing. Been a while since I've had to do it. You have to use the hashtag. Is it hashtag one like that? And then tab 0? Maybe you don't need the at. Try that. There we go. No, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Let's move that. Let's move that back down to where it was. Sorry, I'm just I'm just experimenting now at the moment. There. What do you think? I can't see any of them because I haven't got the. What do you think of that, guys? What do you think of that? Got some C now at the bottom. Look, make it look like a bit more of a pirate theme. I don't think those squiggles look too bad. Might have to work on them a bit, but they don't look too bad. Yeah, I like that. One last thing we could try. Where the screen setup is. Let's just try a different border color. Cause no, we can't have blue, can we? Because let's try black. I'm just experimenting now to see. Well, one thing I've noticed is by doing that, I can see that my C is not quite long enough, so that helps because I can pull that back up now and put in an extra one. So if anything, even if I don't like the border, it's shown me that I haven't put that quite long enough. So that now should be the full length, which it is. I don't like that. I think I might end up going back to the Scion. Or we could go, because it's meant to represent C, list 315. I'm just playing now to see what it looks like. Nah. Yeah, it just needs a ship background now. A ship background, not shit. Sorry. That was from Sunbust. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think I preferred the border the same color as the screen. So yeah, we'll keep that as one. And we'll go back. Because I don't want to change the paper color to the whole game, because otherwise I'd have to change all of the ATTRs, and I don't want to go through all that pain to do that now. I like it like that. I think that doesn't look too bad. Oh, we've got some messages. So there you go. One thing we need to do, first of all, before I go any further, is I need to save this. Do all that work tonight and not save it would be a right pain, wouldn't it? So let's save it as plat. And I'm going to call it I'm going to call it today's date, which is the 2nd, just so I know for my own reference that it was done on the 2nd of platform, 2nd of November. So I know. I might not like that because it's quite a big word, isn't it? Quite a, yeah, oh, it's liked it. Right, just so I know. So when I boot it up, when I do episode 4, I know where we're at. So I am quite happy with that. That is quite nice. And I think what I'll do, just to finish it off, 6 coins to collect. Speed is all right at the moment. It's playing quite nice. You know, it's never going to be as quick as your Chucky eggs, because obviously we're not doing it in machine code. But it's playable and it's nice and it looks nice. I really like this. To be fair, this has come out better than I thought. So what I'm thinking is, to complete the game, we need to get to there. So I'm going to put something there to say we've completed, and then I'm going to close the live stream down because we are now looking at, that will bring us up nicely to about 10, maybe half 10 by the time I've done that. So I'm going to go print YX. Just going to put over 0 there. I don't want any, just so I know where my man is. What's up in there? Print at. Did I put the at in? Probably not, knowing me. I'll put 0, 0 this time. Oh, I didn't put it there either. What's it doing? There we go. So 1929 is where our character needs to be to complete the game. So Y has to be at 19 and X has to be at 29. So just very quickly, and what should we have? I'll let you guys decide this. What should come up after we've collected all of the 6 stars, or the 6 stars, sorry, 6 coins? What should we have pop up under that ladder down in that right hand corner? Think pirate theme. We've collected coins. I'm personally thinking maybe a treasure chest or something. I don't know. It's going to be very hard to try and design one of those in just an 8-bit block. Or maybe we have a pirate sword or something. I don't know. I think that eventually we need to go back as well and look at our little man. Did we change our little man and make him look more like a pirate, or should we just keep him as he is? I did think about animating him, but that might be quite difficult with me using Oval 1. I'm not sure if I can make that happen. You know, I quite like it. Oh, that's good. You can actually go up the ladder quicker if you jump. That's quite cool. I like that. So, a dinghy to get you to the next level. Yeah, that's a good idea. An ATM to deposit your dollars. Yeah. I quite like the idea of a little boat or something. Like you just said, like a dinghy. That's a good idea. I like that. Because obviously we've got pirate ship theme. Just seems to be the way the game's gone. I've just got the user-defined graphic creator up, seeing if I can create some sort of boat image. It's not easy when you've only got like a little 8x8 box to work with. I'm kind of got something that looks like, remember Blue Peter? That kind of shape, like a little boat with a sail on it. That's what I'm sort of designing at the moment. Need to bring that sail down a bit. What I'll do is I'll just key in what I've done here and you tell me what you think of it. It looks sort of like a boat. Yeah. Right. Apologies, I'm busy designing on that. Right, let me do that. Let me, and then we'll finish this stream off. So we're going to go for, like Frank said, a dinghy. My dinghy looks more like a sailing boat, but never. Let me get it in there, and you can make your own mind up. So where are we going to put it? 1040 data. So this is what's going to pop up on the screen after we've collected all of the 8 coins. Not 8. Was it 6 or 8? I can't remember. 6 wasn't it? 6 coins. So we're going to have, and then this is going to pop on the screen, and then you could basically get to that to complete that level. So let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's close this down because I'm not going to do any more user-defined graphics tonight. And so that's now 56. So that will be 56 because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times 8 is 56, so that will be 55. That doesn't look right. I'm sure it is, but let's just try. It hasn't crashed, so it must be right. So let's see what my little boat looks like. Whoops, graphic F, A, B, C, D, E, F, G equals, there you go. That doesn't look too bad, does it? That looks like a little boat. Cool. Right, so just run it again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many coins is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coins. So when I've collected the 6 coins, that little boat's going to print up on y-axis 19, x-axis 29. Let's go to the variables. Now my coin collecting, I think I used the variable CT, if I remember rightly. I'm just scanning through. I can't see anything that says CT. I'm sure it was. Or maybe I haven't put it in yet. Remember, collect, jump, score, lives. So where did I put it? Or haven't I put it in yet? Let me go to the ATTRs, because that will be wherever I'm picking up yellow. There it is, CL, look. So line 85, that is where we're getting the coins, where our ATTR is collecting the coins. I also put a score in there, so you're scoring as well. Score equals score plus 1, and then I've got a CL equals CL plus 1. Print at 21.7. Oh, I see. So that the score is for the coins, right? Okay, yeah, with you. So our CL is our collection. So if we come down into the program and just trying to find a place to stick it. I go list 100. Obviously, with me adding all of this in, all we're doing now is we are making the game loop, because I'm putting it into the main game loop, making the main game loop a little bit bigger now. So don't want to put too much in there, obviously, but we ain't got no choice if I want to do stuff like this. So 120, if CL equals 6, then print at 1929. I'm just trying to think what color we can do this shit, because well, no, we don't need to worry about the color. We don't need to worry about the color, because I can just do the collision on the coordinate. So when our character gets to 19 and x is equal to 29, we don't need to do an ATTR on this. So if CL equals 6, then print at 1926. Now the problem is with me doing that, it will just constantly print it, if you see what I mean. So I may have to say then let CL equal 7, because if it's going to be constantly, because obviously when CL gets to 6, it's just going to read that line and it's just going to constantly print that boat in that position all the time, which could have an impact on slowing it down. Let's experiment and see. It might be that I have to say let CL equals 7 after it, and then when we collect the boat, we then reset CL anyway. So stop yapping and let's get that boat in there. Let's pick a color. We'll just stick with black at the moment. Stick with black. And then what I want to do is if y equals 19 and x equals 29, then I'm going to go to, I'm not going to do a go sub. I'm just going to get it to stop for now. at first I'm going to print it at 10, 8. This is just to see if it will actually work. I'm just going to put up a well done, and then we'll put a 4. I can't remember what loops we've already used. We've got an M there, look, on the 4 one, so I'm going to use the same there. If M equals 1 to 40, for M equal 1 to 40, and then I'm going to put a beep to 10 plus M, next M. Okay, and then I'm just going to put stop. Right, and then we can always come back to that, because obviously we've got to think level 3 is going to start now, but we haven't designed, not level 3, level 2 is going to start now. We haven't worked out what we're going to do with that. Let's see if that works. I may have to put let's see L equals 7, so after it's printed that, it's not continually printing it. In fact, I know I'm going to have to do that, because it could end up causing a bit of an impact to the performance. But let's have a look. So let's collect all the 6 coins. Let me get you up in the I haven't got the comments on here. I can't see what people are saying. So hopefully when I've collected all 6 coins, that little boat should appear. Oh, yeah. Well, at least we know it's working. Yes. Right, please appear. Yes, there it is. It's flashing. I don't know why it's flashing, but I quite like that it's flashing. Probably because we've got the over 1 and I didn't put over 0 there. Will it? There we go. So yeah, it's worked apart from. I'm gonna leave it as flashing. I quite liked that, so I'm gonna leave that. I mean, that was just fluke, because it's obviously because it's over 1 in. I'm presuming. Let's put ink for paper. Because I'll put black, see what it looks like. Let's try again. I don't know whether to change the colour of the boat. Oh, that was lucky. Oh yeah, gets me every time, that one. Collision detection's a little bit iffy on that. Are you? Will we ever get to see this boat working properly? I don't know. Yes. There we go. Yeah, I quite like it flashing like that. So we've got the little pirate boat and we go down. There we go. Brilliant. So now obviously we would clear the screen. We would then, all the variables will be set up for level 2, and then we create our level 2. So there we go, guys. That is our level 1 completed. Very simple. To me, visually, it's looking good now. It's looking like a little game. You know, we've got some nice little graphically. It looks nice, pleasing to the eye. And we've got a little bit of a theme going on, a little bit of a seaside piratey. You know, we've got squids moving. We've got treasure coins. We've got a flashing boat to collect after we've got the coins. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Right, just going to go back. Not going to go back too far because a lot of typing's been going on. So just going right back up to where Ronald. Oh, we've got, no, just above Ronald there, we've got Heavy System Sync has said a boat full of rum. Yeah, well, we could say that boat's full of rum. Go for the rum. I wish I'd read this before. Little boat, good idea. Well, we've got the little boat now. I think it looks all right. The Blue Peter ship was a big boat. Could do a smaller version of that, I suppose. You could just have the boat come on, pick him up and sail off the screen like a cutscene. What do you think? I mean, this is basic, Frank. Come on. Bloody hell, man. Yeah, that would be fantastic, but we are working with basic. So Ronald has then said, yes, another good idea. Each level could be a different ship you travel to. Yeah. At the moment, I mean, what do you think? Do you think this looks like the inside of a pirate ship, maybe? You know, the next level. I really want to do a swing rope in this game because I spent so long learning how to do the swing rope. I want to put a swing rope in one of the levels. I'm not sure how many levels we're going to create. Obviously, the more we put into this, it will start to get slow. At the moment, it's running at a reasonable speed. And like I said to Julie earlier, I will put this on itch as a work as a game that we're working on. I mean, I don't know. I think the jumping could still be improved a little bit, but it's still working fine. There we go. I quite like, I mean, to stop that flashing, all I'd have to do is put over 0 in. But I quite like it flashing like that. I think I'll leave it as black as well in colour. I think that works all right. Anyway, where are we with the comments? That's neat. Yeah, that will do. Have the boat already there from the start of the game. You think so? It's a good idea that the boat appears once all the coins are picked up. It's a good visual cue to let the player know that they go to level 2. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. But it would be easier to have it there for the beginner. Maybe to change colour over one. An issue as the player may want to go to the boat straight away, and if the player moves to level 2 without picking up the coins, then the player can't cut the game. Well, yeah, nice one. It's coming together well. Yeah, Ronald, good thinking. Yeah, I think the boat needs to appear after you've collected the coins. That's the whole idea. Yeah, good, very nice. Actually, maybe not Booty Willie. Booty Willie. Private Willie. Yeah, we need a name for this game, don't we? Yes, could be part of a ship. Yes, call the game Pirate Willie or Pirate Jet Set Willie. Good idea. Frank has put for F equals 0 to 29. Print at 19F boat. Pause 1. Next. Man disappears. Boat carries on. Let's do it. Let me quickly do what Frank's just said there. So what he's basically saying, it starts in 0 and print at 19F. Yeah. Pause 1. Next F. Man disappears. Boat carries on. Let's try it. What I will do is I'll save this before we go any further. I'm going to put boat add. And that should save it under the same tab, just in case we don't like it. Put a space before the boat graphic. Yeah, okay. So what Frank is saying is, right, so where are we? Now we want to keep that bit. So what I'm thinking is, Frank, so if CL equals 6, then when our little man gets to that point of the screen, no, so yeah, I'm just trying to work out how to program this. For, what did he say again? For F equals 0 to 29. Print at 19F space what was our boat again? G. I'm going to have to go back to the user-defined graphics and turn the boat the other way around because he's facing the wrong way, but never mind, it'll be fine. And then we're going to go pause 1, next F. Yeah, that looks right. So then the boat will move over. Try it. This is Frank's idea. Let's see what it looks like. Now I'm hoping because it's an over 1, it's not going to take the ladder out. May have to double print it perhaps to prevent that from happening in over 1. Yeah. So we are going to have to put then for F equal to print put over 0. I'll come back to that. Let's put over 0. I just want to see if that works. Yeah, it needs work. I'm determined now to get it to work. I got an idea if over 0 doesn't work because it might take out the ladder. I'm not sure. Oh, there you go. Did it take the ladder away? It worked. It needs to go back 1 because we've got the space there, haven't we? Ink black. I'm not sure what I'm doing is going to work. Oh, wrong one. I'm not sure. I'm just going to try it. I don't know what I'm doing. I might have to move all that line there for the well done message. Yeah, I think like I said, I just glanced an eye there what you're saying. I think me putting the CL equals 6 will stop it working. So what happened there is I got the wrong colour. Just looking at the replay back on the YouTube there, because I've got 2 boats. Should only have 1. Why did I end up with 2 boats? Why did I end up with 2 boats? I'm going to increase that pause because he's going a little bit too fast. Let's just get the boat movement working first. I know I'm going to probably have to move that other line. You're printing the boat twice. Yeah, I know. Because I'm using over 1, see? That's what my thinking was, that I'd have to reprint to delete them as I'm moving. If you see what I mean? Because it's taking out the bottom of the ladder, and I didn't want it to do that. Of course, the other option, which I think would be better, in fact it would be better, we get rid of that. Get rid of that. We've got the sea at the bottom, haven't we? So let's have it actually move in on the sea. I do realise that this probably isn't going to work, this bit here. So I'm going to have to rearrange all that. I just want to get the boat moving first. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, I didn't put over 0 in, did I? Probably going to flash again then. Oh. Let me see what happens, Frank. I know. Oh, fuck's. Oh, nearly swore. He's right. I didn't put over 0 in. Yeah, I just read what Distroid said. Yeah, we can. Let's get rid of that. We're only testing it. Like I say, get rid of that for a minute. Be here all night, else. So there we go. Yeah, cool. Obviously, it's still playing it because we're telling it to. So what I'm going to have to do It's higher than our C because obviously our C is printing into the border, so can't really get around that. Still looks all right. It does take the coins out. I'm not too worried about that. You can always move that up a bit or put it beside the man, or even put them up the top of the screen somewhere, perhaps. Where is it? There you go. For the C, print at, okay. Try it, print at 0. So I'm doing what is being suggested in the comments by Frank. Oh, cool. Well, there's something I've learned today. I didn't know you could do that, so thank you, Frank. I didn't know you had that option. I think now I need to move that boat right to the end. Oh, where did I put my boat again? Oh, I don't know where it is now. Let me find it. Because what I'm thinking now is the man has to jump onto the boat to complete the game. Yeah. So list 120. We'll bring that to 29. So you'll end up there, and then the man falls onto the boat. In fact, we'll bring it a little bit more. Instead of the pause, what about if we put a beep in there, perhaps? I'm just playing now, just to see what it'd do. Whoops. Oh, come on. Right, let's see what that does. Yeah, I like that. I think I prefer the beeping. Of course, if I want to slow it down even more, what do you think? Too slow? Too slow? Or would that be good for a level completing? I don't know why, but maybe if I change that to a 2, would it slow it down a bit more with changing the pitch, the duration? That's a little bit quicker. Maybe could even go to 1, perhaps. Take it to 1. Move that up to 30. No, I quite like that. It's still a little bit fast. Right, okay. Stop messing around with it. We can always change it later. If CL equals 6, then for let's CL equals 7. If CL equals, I don't know whether this is going to work. CL, then I don't think it's, I don't know, we'll see. Then if, so that was 19, oh, I can't remember what it is now. So it would be 21, 30. Whoops, what have I done? Then if C here, then right. Let's see what happens. I don't know whether that last bit I've done. What's going on there? Ah, damn. Ignore that. I can sort that out. I know why it's doing that. It's annoying me. Where's my coin collection? I've got the number in the wrong place. There we are. List 85. Bring that down. So all we need to do is change that to 20. There we go. I hope this works because I'm going to call it a night then. Oh, that was close. I mean, if we wanted to, we could put a load more ATTR commands in there so it picks it up even on the left and the rights. But, oh, I don't think we need to worry too much. Here we go. Here comes the boat. Oh, no. Why is it? Oh, of course it's going to do that because our full is picked up there. Okay, that's easy to rectify. We were so close. Oh, where is it? Where is it? There's the boat. Now, I don't know whether this is going to work anyway because yeah, but will it stop it, Frank? You're saying that the first CL will stop it getting it, but because it's in a loop, surely it plays that loop and then reads the rest of the code. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. So that if CL equals 6, then for F equals 0 to 30, so that does the boat, blah, blah, blah. Then it finishes off that next F. Then surely after the next F, it then says, let CL equals 7. And then because I've let it 7, it keeps on reading the code. That's what my thinking is. Am I right in saying that? Obviously, I've had to change it to CL7 to stop the boat from moving. Oh, what am I doing? I've gone right past it. So equals 20. course, because I've got the where it falls, I'd probably have to turn the fall piece off. So, but it's not gonna. Let's just try it there for a minute. I think it was 20. Was it 20 where it? Yeah, it should be here somewhere. There we go. So it's 20. So if it's more than 20, so that's going to have to be 19. What we can do is put let y. No, it's going to stop, isn't it? Just see like what happens there. Yeah, I agree. I think it may have to go on the next line, the CL7 bit. I'm just going to see if what I've done works. I just want to know whether will it read it after the loop's finished. I can't see why it wouldn't, but I'm kind of thinking the same as you guys. It needs to be moved. Nah. Yeah, I think you're right. It's going to have to be moved. Oh, and that wouldn't have worked anyway because that wouldn't have worked anyway because I put, oh no, I did put 19. So what we're saying is this needs to be moved. So let's move that to 125. And I'll just delete all of that. If C7, I just assumed because it was after the loop that it would read it, but obviously not. Moving platforms, yeah, that is something I was thinking about doing, Fat Belly, for the next level. Having a moving platform. Still can't understand why it didn't read that after the loop, because it's... I don't know. I'm getting tired. I've been on this since 8 o'clock. This stream started. It's now nearly 10:30. So I do realise that our man still isn't quite landing on the boat. That's something we can sort out later. Let's just see what happens. So the boat's finishing at 30. I'm saying if our man gets to 19 position and he lands on 30, it might not work because I don't think the platform's long enough to get me to that. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to play the whole game to test this. Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay, my man's not quite in the right place. Maybe move that boat back a bit. But we're all back there, aren't we? I mean, what I could do with the well done thing is delete that man and just print him down below so it doesn't mess up with our what we could do is bring that boat back to 29. And then with the well done, I think the easiest thing to do is print at y, x, and then at, so our boat is at, where's our boat? 29. It's at 21. So if we go 20, 29, ink 1, graphic A strings, wasn't it? A strings. I have no idea what this is going to do. I'm getting good at this. Oh! Spoke too soon. Steady. Ah! Forgive me, guys. I'm tired. I'm getting tired now. I just want to see if this works, and then I'm going to call it a night. I think we've done enough tonight. Done a lot. Oh. Well, I was testing the game over. Okay, I was actually testing the game over to see if it worked. That's my excuse anyway. I am getting tired though. Oh. Oh. I am liking the look of this now though. It looks really crisp and clear. Oh, for fuck. Almost swore. Come on. I want this live stream to finish. Come on. I just want to check. Oh, bastard nearly got me. Ah! Oh, bastard. You got to admit though, this has to be a better game already than what we watched on cassette 50 the other night. Ah, yes. There. So, is this going to work what I've just put in? Sort of. I've got him printed in the wrong position, but yeah, it's kind of working now. The man should have been over to the right slightly. I got me coordinates wrong. But yeah, that's working nice. So that should have been at line 30. That's the easiest way to get around that. Then I haven't got to worry about having to shut down the collision detection for when it hits line 20 for when it's detecting a fall. So yeah, save, yes. Yes, we need to save it. Good shout. Let's go back into that. I'm going to clear it, which it already has. Be back. save. I'm going to call it boat, so I know that this was the boat level. And what I like to do is just go back in just to make sure. And there it is, boat. Okay, be closed, be closed. Let's have one last go. Nail biting stuff, this. Chucky egg, eat your heart out. I shall have a read through the comments before I sign off for the night. So our boat has arrived. There we go. Excellent. Exactly how I wanted it. So we've just got a stop statement come up because obviously we now need to work out now how we're going to move on to the next level. Brilliant. So let's have a quick look through the code. That gaming loop's starting to get a little on the large side, which I don't think we need to worry too much about it. I mean, to think about it, if you think about it, basically for level 2, we're only going to be changing the screen. So hopefully it won't slow it up too much. Like I said, I would like to try and add a rope ladder into the next level that you have to swing across to get to another platform. Or as was just suggested earlier in the comments, maybe a moving platform. Anyway, let's have a quick read, if I can get my words out, a little read through the comments, and then I'm going to call it a night, guys. So just scrolling not too far up. Someone said, Fat Belly says, make the boat longer. Yeah, we could do. That's a good idea. We could make it maybe 3 user-defined graphics long. So yeah, that's something we could look at doing. Easy J's here. Yay, Jinx. Then we got Ronald. Yes, it's getting there. Nice little game that's coming along here. Frank with his over 0 again. You'll get a Cassette 50 award for this, Fat Belly. Thank you. Ronald says, Fat Belly, it would have be great to be an addition to that cassette. Yeah. Well, when this is finished, obviously, when we've got a working game, because I am trying to make my own little version of a USB 50, USB cassette 50, if you like, we'll put this one on there, and I'll put in the credits that it was all inspired by everyone from the live streams. Fat Belly's put too good, laugh out loud. Fat Belly, it would be rejected as the code is too big to fit onto the cassette. Must be under 5K. That's from Sunburst. Frank is crying for some reason. Sunburst says, sorry, meant Ronald's. Ronald 48. Yes, very good progress you have made here, Alex. Fat Belly beep. And Frank's telling me to save it. Haha, nice one. You can make the boat bigger. Yeah, Pia, blah, 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 blah. I'm just scanning through. Manti. I'm just going to call you Manti because I'm not sure how to pronounce all that. You can put cheats for testing purposes. Saves a lot of time. Yeah, I've done that in a lot of games that I've made. Put cheats in there, like an in keys pressed to switch a variable or something. I've done all that before. Stream paused for about 2 whole minutes. Really? Oh dear. Okay. Frank said perfect. Will, very nice. Man, pretty neat, nice. Call it spiders and ladders. That's Fat Belly. Mortal Comboat. Destroyed. Laughing going on. This is some charm to the small. There is some charm to the small boat. Yeah, I agree. USB 50, tap 50, USB 50, praying. Add a few broken ladders. That's a good idea. We could have some broken ladders there, can you? Because if you look, if you jump, you can jump up the ladder. So imagine if there was a slightly broken one and you have to jump to get to it, you know, the other part of it. So yeah, this is working really nicely now. One thing I just want to check. Let's forget to pick one of the coins. Well, no, it's not going to come up, is it? Because I've told it. You've got to collect all the coins. Yeah, I'm pleased with this. Great progress tonight. So what are we on anyway? What's the time? So it is 20 to 11, guys. So thank you ever so much for joining in the comments, watching tonight. It means a lot to me to know that there are people out there that still enjoy programming in the basic language. And episode 4, we will look at how we can create a level 2. And this is probably where things will start to slow down, when we start putting more levels in. And if that's the case, we may only have 2 levels. Maybe we could have it that you've got to come back to this level after you've done level 2 to deliver something or whatever. No, we can make it up as we go along and just see where we go with this. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. It's been a fun one tonight. We've made a lot of progress on this, and roll on episode 4. I'll probably do episode 4, I don't know, might do it next week, or what I might do is leave a gap in between, so every other week I might do it. I'll see how the week goes, how it goes. I shall try and get this as a tap file, and I'll put it on my itch account as the YouTube platform game. And as we create more, I'll put the updates on there so that you've all got access to it. So you don't have to worry about typing it out. You'll have the code there. And I'll sort that out this week. I'll get it on there for you guys. Anyway, before I go, don't forget to hit the like button. Leave me a comment as well under the actual YouTube video if you like. There's something called a hype button. I still can't find it. YouTube sent me some email about a hype button. So yeah, you can hit a hype, and I don't know what the hype does, but I think it just boosts the video up so other people get to see it. Anyway, I'm dragging this goodbye out too much. If you haven't seen episode 1 and episode 3, look them up, and you'll see where we made the game from the very start. Anyway, it's a goodbye from me, and I'm sure it's a goodbye from all of you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I shall see you. Well, during the week, I shall be putting videos up, so look out for them. And anyway, I'll see you on the next live stream. Thank you, guys. I just got to work out how to turn this off now. Right.